Hello and welcome to this, our fourth element in the series, Beryllium. As a member of the second period, he of course has a purple background, and I wanted the background to segue neatly from one to the next without being in any way the same, so that's what I'm trying to achieve here. Since beryllium is an alkali earth metal, he's going to be a goblin. They're all going to be goblins, with gray skin and all kinds of little details to set them apart from each other. But first, we must get the background just right. Beryllium is a very useful metal. It's used in rocketry and to make tools that won't spark for work around oil rigs and such. It is used in golf clubs as well. Beryllium copper alloys are popular amongst people who like fancy metal. And of course, beryllium is a component of beryl, which is a mineral that is emeralds and aquamarines and other green stones. Very charming. That's what I chiefly wanted to get across, a sort of charm, a sort of dangerous charm, I suppose. I think I kind of ended up making him look a little too full of himself, perhaps. Now, there are such things as spheres of beryllium, but I'm not here painting an actual sphere of beryllium. What I am, in fact, painting is a beryllium sphere, and other nerds are going to recognize where from, because there's no way I was going to paint beryllium and not reference such a great movie. Leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. His metaphysical handle is suavity. I might change that. It's a bit of an awkward word, especially for such a smooth operator. As Theodore Gray pointed out in his book about the elements, which has been absolutely invaluable. And I don't know if he'll like that, because I don't know if he'll approve of what I'm doing. I'd love to hear from him and know. But as he pointed out, any metal that can launch rockets 1 minute and charm the ladies with beautiful jewels the next, that's a, how did he put it, a James Bond element right there. That was the flavor I was going for. So perhaps suavity is the right word. Perhaps we'll change it to a charm, or... You know what, if you have suggestions, leave them in the comments. One of the dangers I run into when I'm doing fantasy creatures and peoples is that I've been trying to paint realistic proportions on people for a very long time. And when I'm not making a conscious effort to to do in human proportions, I tend to gravitate towards human proportions. And so I'm really proud of myself here that beryllium has obviously goblin proportions. He would never be mistaken for a human. And it isn't just the gray skin either. Wanted him to look shiny, almost metallic. Not really, not like a robot or something, but at least the kind of thing where once you're familiar with the deck, you would look at it and be like, oh, well, obviously, that's an alkali earth metal. Here on his back, he's got a golf bag. Because as I mentioned, golf clubs can be made with beryllium copper alloys, which is funny because, yeah, very superstitious people, golfers. But I didn't just want golf clubs in there. I wanted to put in some tools. And so if you look very closely, there's a wrench and I think a mallet back there. Some non-sparking tools to reference his usefulness that way. No tea spilled with this painting, I am happy to say. Nor did I dip my paintbrush in my teacup, although that has been a near miss many, many times. My fellow painters and tea drinkers, you know what I'm talking about. I hope you're doing well during this strange end times thing we've got going on. My habits have barely changed because I stay at home and I paint. The only difference is my house is full of people now. But I'd rather have it that way than any other way. I like my people. I think we'll all get through this. I think we'll be a stronger culture because of it. I even started my Patreon account. Bite the Paintbrush on Patreon. Which goes to show that my timing can be hilariously bad because thousands of people are losing their jobs. No one's going to have disposable income for quite some time. And Jason raked together some money and got me the canvases I need. So you don't have to rush over to pay for my canvases or anything. But it would do me a lot of good if you pitched me $1 a month. It would matter to me a lot to know that this series mattered to other people too. That I wasn't just painting into the void. Seems like the farther apart we have to keep, the closer together we should stick. Not physically, you know what I mean. Had to reference the rocketry, right? If beryllium is used to launch rockets, it needs to be there. There's one more member of the table. Thank you so much for coming along. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time with boron. Indeed.